If you're on your driving test and you are driving in a fast zone, like a national speed limit zone when you're on a country road, a single track road, and you can go up to 60, sometimes there's quite a dramatic speed change that goes down to 30. Now, when this happens, it's extremely likely that you are going to be in a higher gear, like sixth or fifth, to be driving around in your national speed limit zone because you can go right up to 60, right? So you're going to be in a higher gear to save money. And obviously the examiner would like to see that. But when you come down into the village or come down into the town, you're going to then need to change down to a town gear, really, which is going to be fourth or third to nip around a town. Now, if you're in a town and you've got quite a long, straight road, you could be in fourth for that. If there's not a lot of hazards around, you can be in fourth. You can also be in third. If there's lots of parked cars around or loads of hazards, then you can use third gear because it's quite a good operating gear for sort of manoeuvring around things, and it can fluctuate to a slightly slower speed when you come off the gas, which is more useful sometimes if there's lots of hazards around, instead of being in fourth, which would maintain quite a lot of high speed when you come off the gas. So when you're coming from a faster road like a country road, 60 miles an hour, on your driving test, and you come down into this 30, the change from the higher gear down to the lower gear needs to be looked after. Now, the reason why this needs to be looked after so much, and the reason why I'm making a video about this, is because if this goes wrong, it is an immediate fail. So the fail could be when the student is trying to go from sixth or fifth and they attempt to go to third, but they get first gear by mistake. Now, this is a dramatic speed change, which is not good. So sixth and fifth to third is totally fine. You're allowed to do that because of block gear changing if it's sixth to third. But what is pretty scary about that is if you get first gear instead of third, when you lift the clutch, engine braking will take over. The car will brake for you without any brake lights because it's using its gears to brake, and the person behind you may go into the back of you because they have no alert system to tell them that you're slowing down. The gear 1 is trying to start from pretty much 0 miles an hour where it wants to start, and it will just break you down. And it's so dangerous. And I'm afraid over the years, my students have gone down for this. So the way that I teach people is I offer them a suggestion that they go from sixth or fifth to fourth. Now, doing fifth or sixth to third is, of course, totally fine. And if you feel very, very confident at it, fine. Of course, that is totally fine. And please do it if you feel confident. But if you're a little bit worried, then you've got the option to do sixth or fifth to fourth gear. Now, this could be better because if you put it from sixth to fifth to second by mistake because you push too much to the left, it isn't so much of a nightmare. It isn't so much of a disaster. And the person behind may be in a safer position if you lift your clutch in second because it isn't as dramatic. It's still dramatic, but it's not quite as bad. And you may get away with it on your driving test. Yeah. So I offer the suggestion of sixth or fifth to fourth gear. And then you can drive at fourth, which is pretty cost effective in a 30 anyway, if the 30 is long and straight, which is fine. And it's probably likely to be if you've gone from a 60 to 30, it's probably not going to become bendy instantaneously. Normally, you've probably got some sort of relief time to like go down into your 30. And then when you get to a new hazard like a roundabout or a turn or whatever comes next, whatever it is, then you can change down to an even lower gear for that new hazard. So let's just say the new hazard is going to be a roundabout. You could change to either second or first, depending on whether it's busy or depending on how sharp it is or depending on how much you can see. Yeah. So you can go from fourth to second or fourth to first at the new hazard. So this is a video about how to change from fifth to fourth or sixth to fourth, which is an option to keep you safer and keep you away from an erroneous gear change from sixth or fifth to third and it going wrong and going to first. I'm trying to protect you heavily from failing for this because it is a high failable activity that happens. So if you do 6th to 5th to 4th, then hopefully that will save you. All right, guys, so here's a demonstration. Okay, guys, so let me just demonstrate this to you. Okay, so if you were in 5th gear, I strongly recommend that you take your hand off for a millisecond when it goes into neutral. Okay, so 5th, and then you bring it down to neutral. Let go of it at this stage, because then you know that it's in neutral, and then from this position you can just go down. All right, 5th to 4th, hugely recommend this. Okay, so let's just do that again at normal speed. So you'd be in 5th, down. It's almost like a little dance. It's quite cool. You go flick down, yeah, flick down. So if that's how you do it from 5th to 4th, 5th, 4th. Okay, now if you are in 6th, yeah, don't have to be on your driving test, but 6th gear is obviously extremely cost effective. So you would then push it up, let go of it, and then down. All right, so that it's so important that you have that release. Okay, so you go down, that's 6th. Okay, push up, then let go of it, and then down. All right. Okay, guys, so I really hope this option of going from 6th or 5th to 4th instead of 3rd is something that you can have a look at and decide whether you like. And if you feel that it's going to keep you safer for that dramatic gear change, then obviously use it, and good luck with it all. I really hope this helps you. Good luck with your driving test.